Alright, picture this. You're cleaning out your junk drawer, looking for a paperclip or maybe that one pen that actually works, and bam, you find an old penny. You squint at it, maybe rub it against your jeans like it's some ancient treasure, and think, just a penny. But what if I told you that little copper coin could be worth $1.1 million? Yep, you heard that right. Today, we're diving deep into the 2060 Lincoln penny, what makes it so valuable, how to spot the rare ones, and most importantly, how you can cash in if you've got one lying around. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you might be running to check your piggy bank. Now, before you start tearing up your couch cushions, let's break down why a 2060 penny could be worth a small fortune. The D-Mint mark means it was minted in Denver, and in 2006, the U.S. Mint produced billions of these pennies. So why would anyone pay over $1 million for one? It all comes down to errors and rarities. See, in the world of coin collecting, mistakes are golden, literally. Some of these pennies were struck with double dies, off-center prints, or even on the wrong metal planchet. And when collectors find a truly unique error, the price skyrockets. How to spot a rare 2060 Lincoln penny now? If you've got a 2060 penny in your hand right now, or you just paused this video to dig through your change jar, here's what to look for. Check Lincoln's face, the date, and the lettering. If anything looks like it's slightly shadowed or doubled, you might be onto something big. If the image is pushed too far to one side, making part of the design disappear, that's a rare find. Some 2060 pennies were accidentally struck on dime planchets, making them look slightly thinner and shinier. The better the condition, the higher the value. A flawless, shiny penny with no scratches or wear is what collectors dream of. Okay, story time. A few years back, I found an old penny in my car. It was stuck under my seat, covered in dust, and probably had been there since dinosaurs roamed the earth. Okay, maybe not that long. I almost tossed it in the take a penny, leave a penny tray at the gas station, but something told me to check it out. Turns out, it was a 1972 double-die penny worth a couple $100. Now, that wasn't life-changing money, but it was enough for a fancy dinner and a new obsession with coin hunting. Imagine if that had been a rare 2006 worth over $1 million. I'd be making this video from a private island. Underestimate your spare change. That little penny sitting in your pocket right now could be your ticket to an early retirement. Check your 2060 Lincoln pennies, look for errors, and if you think you've got something special, get it appraised ASAP. And hey, if you love the idea of turning pocket change into serious cash, make sure to subscribe. I'm dropping new videos every week on rare coins, hidden treasures, and how to maximize your finds. Hit that like button if you're about to go on a penny hunt, and let me know in the comments if you've ever found a valuable coin before. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we talk about coins that could make you rich, literally. Now, imagine this: you're digging through your couch cushions, looking for spare change for a vending machine snack, and bam, you find a penny. But not just any penny. It's an unassuming little 1968 Lincoln penny with no mint mark. You think, it's just a penny. But what if I told you that little copper coin could be worth $1.2 million? That's right. A single cent turning you into a millionaire. Stick around, because today, we're diving into the mystery behind the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny, why it's so valuable, how to spot one, and what you should do if you actually find one. Plus, I'll share a personal story that might make you double-check every penny you owe. WN.so. You might be wondering, what's the big deal? It's just a 1968 penny. Well, here's where things get interesting. Normally, pennies from 1968 were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins don't usually have a mint mark, so that's normal. But the ultra-rare 1968 no mint mark penny is not just any Philadelphia penny. It's believed to be a mistake, a minting error, or even a test coin that somehow made it into circulation. Only a few of these no mint mark pennies exist, making them one of the rarest Lincoln pennies ever. The last time one of these hit the auction block, it went for a jaw-dropping $1.2 million. That's more than some luxury cars, houses, and even college tuition. Alright, so now that I've got your attention, let's talk about how to check if you're holding a $1 million penny. Here's what to look for. This is the obvious one. If you see a tiny D or S under the date, sorry, it's not the rare one. But if there's nothing there, you might be in luck. The rare versions have a crisp strike with well-defined lettering and Lincoln's hair details. If yours looks worn out like an old sneaker, it's probably just a regular penny. The 1968 penny is made of 95% copper, so it should have that classic reddish-brown tone. If it looks odd, like a different shade or metal, it might be but hey, those can be valuable too. If you really want to be sure, weigh it. A normal copper penny should weigh 3.11 grams. If yours is way off, it could be a misstrike or even a counterfeit. My almost millionaire moment, alright, let me tell you about the time I thought I hit the jackpot. A few years ago, I was going through a jar of old pennies, hoping to find something cool. After sorting through what felt like a million pennies, I finally found a 1968 penny with no mint mark. My heart almost stopped. I was already picturing myself on a yacht, sipping a fancy drink with a tiny umbrella in it, but before I started planning my millionaire life, I decided to double-check. Turns out, it was just a regular Philadelphia penny. Not the rare one. Let's just say my dreams of retiring early were crushed in under 5 minutes. But hey, that's why you gotta know exactly what to look for. So, let's say you actually find a legit 1968 no mint mark penny. First of all, congratulations. Second, here's what you should do next. I know it's tempting, but even a little cleaning can drop the value significantly. Leave it as is, get it authenticated. Take it to a coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm it's real. A certified rare penny will sell for way more than one that's unverified. Auction it off. Coins like this often sell best at major coin auctions, where serious collectors are willing to pay top dollar. You never know, yours could break a new record, the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny that could turn one lucky person into a millionaire. Who would have thought a simple penny could be worth more than a sports car? Go check your change jar, your piggy bank, even that pile of coins in your car's cup holder. You never know what treasure might be hiding in plain sight. And if you find something interesting, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear about it. And hey, if you enjoyed this video and want more tips on valuable coins, rare finds, and how to spot the next $1 million penny, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss out. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we turn pocket change into a potential fortune. Now, let me ask you, have you ever found a penny, looked at it, and thought, it's just a penny? Well, after today's video, you might never think that way again, because today, we're talking about a 1976 Lincoln penny that's worth a staggering $1.3 million. Yeah, that's right, a single penny that could buy you a house, a luxury car, and still leave you with enough for a vacation. So before you toss that spare change in the tip jar, you might want to double check what's in your hand. And now, I have a funny story about pennies, but we'll get to that later. First, let's break down why this penny is so valuable, what to look for, and how you could turn an ordinary coin into a jackpot. Stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll never look at pennies the same way again. Alright, let's start with a little history. The 1976 Lincoln penny was minted during America's bicentennial year. Yes, the same year people were wearing bell-bottoms and rocking out to Queen. But unlike the flashy outfits of the 70s, this penny didn't get much attention at first. It was just your standard copper coin, minted at the Denver Mint, which is why it has that little D mark below the date. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these pennies were struck with errors or unique characteristics that sent their value through the roof. And collectors are willing to pay big money for them. Not all 1976 pennies are worth millions, so let's break down what makes the rare ones special. This is the biggest reason a penny like this could be worth so much. Some rare 1976 pennies were struck on silver planchets, blanks meant for dimes or quarters. If you have one of these, congratulations, you might be sitting on a small fortune. Double die obverse, DDO. Ever seen a penny where the letters or numbers look a little blurry, like it's got a double vision issue? That's a mint error called a double die obverse, and it's another reason a 1976 penny could be crazy valuable. The better condition your penny is in, the higher its value. If it's shiny, crisp, and has zero scratches, collectors will pay top dollar for it. Okay, so now you're probably thinking, I have a jar of pennies at home, how do I know if I have the one? Here's how to check. Grab a magnifying glass, or use your phone's camera. We live in 2025 after all. Look for the D mint mark under the date. If it's there, you're in the right ballpark. Check for any doubling on the numbers or letters. If it's lighter than normal, you might have a rare off-metal error. If your penny checks any of these boxes, get it graded by a professional coin service like PCGS or NGC. A coin in top condition could be worth 6 figures, and if you're really lucky, maybe even $1.30 million. Now, I promised you a personal story about pennies, and let me tell you, it's a little embarrassing. A while back, I was at a gas station and I paid for my snacks with a handful of change. The guy at the register looks at me and says, "Hey, you just gave me a 1943 steel penny." I laughed and said, "Cool, keep it." Well, later that night, I looked it up and found out a rare 1943 penny can be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I raced back to the gas station, but of course, the penny was long gone. Change. Because you never know when you're casually handing away a small fortune. A 1976 penny could be worth over $1 million, and it might just be sitting in your piggy bank right now. So here's what I want you to do: check your coins, look for those rare errors, and let me know in the comments if you find anything valuable. And if you love learning about coins that can make you rich, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I post more tips, coin values, and collecting strategies every week, so don't miss out. Hey there, coin enthusiasts and curious minds alike. Ever wondered if that humble penny jingling in your pocket could be worth more than its face value? Well, today we're diving deep into the world of the 2018 Lincoln penny. Spoiler alert, some of these little copper-coated gems have fetched prices that might just blow your mind. Now, before you start emptying your piggy banks, let's get to know this coin a bit better. The 2018 penny was minted at the Denver Mint, hence the D Mint mark right below the year. With a staggering mintage of over 3.7 billion coins, it's safe to say these pennies aren't exactly rare. But, as with many things in life, it's all about the details. In general circulation, a 2018 penny is worth, you guessed it, 1 cent. However, if you stumble upon an uncirculated specimen, that's a coin that hasn't been used in everyday transactions, it could be worth a bit more. Typically, these uncirculated pennies fetch between 10 to 30 cents. Not exactly retirement money, but hey, it's a start. But here's where things get interesting. The value of a coin can skyrocket based on its condition, rarity, and any unique features it might possess. For instance, in 2019, a 2018 penny graded MS69RD, that's near perfect condition in coin lingo, sold for an astonishing $5,995.95. That's right, nearly $6,000 for a penny. Talk about making every cent count. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating a better state of preservation. An MS65 grade, for example, denotes a coin in gem uncirculated condition and can be worth around $5. But as the grade climbs, so does the value. Those top-tier grades like MS68 or MS69 are where the big bucks come into play. And now, let me share a little story. A few years back, I was helping my grandmother clean out her attic when we stumbled upon an old jar filled with pennies. Among them was a shiny 2018 penny that looked almost brand new. Intrigued, I decided to have it graded, and to my surprise, it came back as an MS67RD. I ended up selling it for a tidy sum, and let's just say, Grandma got a very nice birthday present that year. You never know when a seemingly ordinary coin could turn out to be a hidden treasure. And if you're serious about coin collecting, consider investing in a good magnifying glass and familiarize yourself with the grading system. It can make all the difference. Before we wrap up, remember that the coin market can be as unpredictable as a cat on catnip. Values fluctuate based on demand, rarity, and even trends. So, if you think you found a valuable coin, it's always a good idea to consult with a professional coin dealer or get it graded by a reputable service. Thanks for joining me on this numismatic adventure. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of coins and want to learn more tips and tricks about coins worth money, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Stay curious, keep collecting, and who knows? Alright, imagine this: you're digging through your old coin jar, maybe looking for some spare change for a vending machine snack, and boom! You find a 1979 penny. No big deal, right? Just another penny. But what if I told you that this tiny piece of copper could be worth up to $1.5 million? Yeah, you heard that right. $1.5 million. And now, before you go dumping your entire couch onto the floor looking for one, stick with me. In this video, we're diving deep into what makes this 1979 penny so valuable, how to check if you have one, and, of course, what you should do if you strike it rich with one of these bad boys. And hey, even if you don't find $1 million penny, you might just walk away with some solid knowledge that could put extra cash in your pocket. So, grab your coin stash, maybe a magnifying glass if you're feeling fancy, and let's get into it. Okay, first things first. The 1979 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the little D mint mark under the date. Now, millions of these pennies were made, so most of them are only worth face value. But, and this is a big but, some rare error pennies and high-grade specimens have sold for insane amounts. So what makes one of these coins worth a fortune? There are a few key things to look for. This happens when the coin is struck twice by the die, causing some letters or details to look slightly doubled. If you spot one, don't toss that penny, it could be worth a small fortune. If your 1979 D penny looks like it was struck way off-center, leaving part of the design missing, cha-ching. That could mean serious money. Some of these pennies have a D that looks like it was punched twice. If you see that, congratulations, you just got a little closer to the big bucks. The highest value 1979 D pennies are those graded MS67 or higher. Coins are graded on a 1 to 70 scale, with 70 being absolute perfection. If your penny looks like it just came off the minting press, no scratches, no dings, it could be a jackpot coin. Alright, let me tell you a quick story. A few years back, I was helping my grandpa clean out some old jars of change. You know, the ones filled with pennies, paper clips, and mysterious pocket lint. Anyway, I started flipping through the pennies when I found a 1979 D. I almost tossed it back in the jar, but something told me to take a second look. Turns out, it had a slight doubling on the letters Liberty. I thought, nah, it's probably nothing. But just for fun, I took it to a coin shop. And guess what? The guy at the shop took one look and offered me $300 for it on the spot. Now, mine wasn't $1 million coin, but imagine if I had just thrown it back in the jar? That's why checking your coins carefully is always worth it. How to check if you have a rare 1979 D penny. Now that I've got you all hyped up, let's talk about how you can check your pennies like a pro. If it doesn't have a mint mark, it's not a Denver coin. Move along, folks. Use a magnifying glass or even your phone's camera to zoom in. Look for doubling, odd spacing, or anything that seems off. If it's shiny and free from scratches, congratulations, you might have a winner. If you think you've hit the jackpot, get your coin graded by a professional. PCGS or NGC are the big names in grading, and they can confirm if your penny is worth some serious cash. The 1979 D Lincoln penny that could turn you into a millionaire. Who knew that something as small as a penny could be worth so much? But remember, it's all about the details. Errors, condition, and rarity are what separate a regular penny from a life-changing one. Now, before you run off to raid your piggy bank, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I post videos all the time about rare and valuable coins, how to spot them, how to sell them, and how to make money collecting change. You never know, the next coin in your pocket might just be worth millions. Alright, picture this. You're digging through your old coin jar, maybe looking for a quarter to pay for parking, and bam, you find a penny. A regular old penny. Or is it? What if I told you that a 1973 D Lincoln penny could be worth a staggering $1.6 million? Yeah, that little copper coin you probably flipped into a vending machine without a second thought. Today, we're diving into what makes this specific penny so valuable, how you can spot one, and the crazy reasons why some collectors are willing to drop a fortune on a coin that originally cost just 1 cent. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be running to check your pockets, piggy banks, and couch cushions. Now, before you start breaking open every roll of pennies you've ever saved, let's talk about what makes this 1973 D Lincoln penny so special. This isn't just any penny, it's a rare error coin, and in the world of coin collecting, errors can mean big money at first. The D mint mark means this penny was minted in Denver. The U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies that year, but only a handful came out with a unique mistake. These errors range from double dies, where the design looks slightly doubled, to off-center strikes and even transitional metal errors, which, trust me, is a fancy way of saying the mint used the wrong metal. So, how do you know if your 1973 D penny is worth just a penny or a life-changing fortune? If you're holding a 1973 D penny right now, don't go spending it on a gumball just yet. Here are the top things to check. A penny fresh from the mint, with zero scratches or wear, is worth way more than one that's been through the laundry 10 times. If yours looks brand new, you're in luck. The biggest moneymakers are the ones with double die obverse, meaning Lincoln's face looks slightly doubled. If Honest Abe looks like he's got a shadow, jackpot. Some of these pennies were accidentally struck on brass planchets instead of copper. If your penny is slightly lighter or heavier than usual, it might be a rare one. Now, I know what you're thinking. How do I even check all of this? Do I need a PhD in penny science? Nope. Just grab a magnifying glass, a small scale, kitchen scales work fine, and compare your coin to pictures of verified error pennies online. Here's where things get wild. One of these rare 1973 D Lincoln pennies sold at auction for $1.6 million. That's not just a fun fact, that's a house, a luxury car, and a lifetime supply of tacos all rolled into one tiny coin. Simple. It was in near perfect condition, had an extremely rare error, and collectors went crazy bidding for it. The demand for rare pennies is huge, and if you find one in your stash, you could be sitting on a small fortune now. Let me tell you a little story. A while back, I was at my grandpa's house, going through some old jars of coins he had saved for years. I wasn't even looking for anything special, just messing around. And guess what? I found a 1973 D penny. My heart nearly stopped. I thought I had hit the jackpot, mint mark, wait, condition. Turns out, mine was just a regular 1973 D penny worth, well, a penny. Talk about a roller coaster of emotions. But here's the thing, it got me hooked on coin collecting. Since then, I've been on the lookout for rare coins everywhere I go, and trust me, once you start, you'll never look at spare change the same way again. The 1973 D Lincoln penny can be worth a life-changing amount of money, but you need to check for the right errors, the right condition, and the right weight. Who knows? The next time you get a penny in your change, it might just be the one that makes you rich. And now, if you're thinking, wow, I need to learn more about rare coins, you're in the right place. I post videos just like this one, helping you uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. So, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, tap the notification bell so you never miss an update, and if you enjoyed this video, drop a comment below. Have you ever found a valuable coin? I'd love to hear your stories. Hey there, coin lovers! Have you ever picked up a penny, flipped it around, and thought, this thing is practically worthless? Well, today, I'm going to change the way you look at pennies forever. Because somewhere out there, a 1975 D Lincoln penny is worth a jaw-dropping $1.7 million. Yep, you heard that right, one lucky penny could be worth more than a mansion, a Ferrari, or a lifetime supply of tacos. And now, before you start digging through your couch cushions or raiding your grandma's coin jar, let me tell you exactly what makes this penny so valuable. We'll go over its history, key features, and how you can cash in big if you find one. And stick around until the end, because I'll also share a funny personal story about how I almost threw away a rare coin. Talk about $1 million mistake. So, the 1975 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, hence the little D below the year. Now, you might be wondering, what's so special about this one? Weren't millions of pennies made that year? Great question. And you're right, over 4.1 billion pennies were produced in 1975, which means most of them are worth, well, a penny, but a few rare errors and unique variations make some of these coins insanely valuable. The one that hit the $1.7 million jackpot? It's believed to be an ultra-rare mistake coin, possibly a double die error or a transitional planchet error. What to look for in your 1975 D penny now, let's get to the good stuff. How do you know if you've struck gold, or, well, copper? Here's what to check: Lincoln's face, the date, or the words "In God We Trust" look doubled, you might be in luck. Off-center strike, if the design is slightly off, creating a weird, unbalanced look, that could mean $. Some pennies from this era were mistakenly struck on older bronze planchets, making them heavier than normal. Weigh your penny. If it's over 3.1 grams, you might be sitting on a fortune. Some 1975 pennies from Denver are rumored to have been struck without the D. If you find one, well, let's just say, start planning your dream vacation. How to sell your rare penny for top dollar. Okay, so let's say you found a 1975 D penny that looks different. First of all, congrats. Second, don't clean it. Cleaning a rare coin can actually decrease its value. It's like washing off the history. Find a reputable coin grading service like PCGS or NGC to verify if you've really struck it rich. Look at sites like eBay or Heritage Auctions to see what similar pennies have sold for. Consider a private buyer. Sometimes, collectors will pay top dollar if your coin is in mint condition. Now, let me tell you about the time I almost made $1 million mistake. A few years ago, I was cleaning out my junk drawer, the drawer where we all shove random stuff, batteries, rubber bands, that one mystery key that unlocks who knows what. I found a penny sitting there, and I was about to toss it into the nearest Coinstar machine. But for some reason, maybe fate, maybe my coin obsession, I decided to take a closer look. Turned out, it was a double-die penny from 1969, worth over $35,000. That's right, I almost threw away what could have been a brand new car. Always check your change. That boring old penny in your pocket might just change your life. Alright, folks, that's the story of the 1975 D Lincoln penny, how a simple 1-cent coin became worth a life-changing $1.7 million. If you've got a jar full of pennies at home, it's time to start hunting. Who knows? You might be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more coin hunting tips, rare finds, and crazy stories about valuable coins. I've got plenty more $1,000,000 pennies, nickels, and even quarters to talk about, so don't miss out. And hey, if you've ever found a rare coin or almost thrown one away like I did, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your stories. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where we talk about coins worth serious money. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, it's just a penny, trust me, you're going to want to check your pockets after this video. Today, we're talking about a 1984 D Lincoln penny that could make you a millionaire. That's right. One single penny. Worth $1.8 million. Imagine dropping that in a vending machine by accident. Ouch, why is it worth so much? And how can you tell if you've got one? Stick around because I'll break it all down, and by the end of this video, you'll be running to check your coin jar like it's a treasure chest. Before we jump in, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you love learning about valuable coins. You don't want to miss out on the next big moneymaker hiding in your change. The 1984 D penny was minted in Denver, which means it has that little d under the year. Over 5 billion of these pennies were made, so you might be thinking, how rare can it be? Well, here's where things get interesting. Have you ever heard of a coin die? It's basically a metal stamp that mints the design onto coins. Now, imagine if that stamp had a tiny misalignment or an extra little detail that wasn't supposed to be there. Boom! You've got an error coin. The 1984 D penny we're talking about has what's called a double die error on Lincoln's ear and bow tie. If you look closely, you'll see extra lines making it look like Honest Abe's ear is vibrating. Maybe he was eavesdropping on a $1 million conversation, who knows, misalignment during the minting process, and because it's so rare, collectors go absolutely nuts for it. In top condition, one of these bad boys sold for $1.8 million at auction. Yeah, you heard that right. More than a fancy sports car. More than a house in some states. All for a single penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, I get it. A weird-looking penny is worth money. But how do I know if I have one? Great question. Look for a 1984 penny with a little d below the ear. No d? Sorry, this isn't your golden ticket, at least not today. Use a magnifying glass, or your phone's zoom feature, and check if there's a noticeable doubling effect. Some of these error pennies also have doubling in the bow tie area, so check both spots. If your coin looks like it's been chewed up by a lawnmower, it's probably not hitting that $1 million mark. But even in worn condition, these coins can still fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars. Now, let me tell you a quick story about why I never ignore my pennies. A few years ago, I was at a gas station, and the cashier handed me my change. I almost threw the pennies in that little leave a penny, take a penny tray, but for some reason, I held onto them. Later that night, I dumped my change out and boom, I saw a weird-looking 1972 penny with doubling on the date. Turns out, it was a double die obverse penny worth over $300. Now, I know $300 isn't $1.8 million, but hey, free money is free money. That moment changed everything for me. Since then, I check every single penny I come across. Because let's be honest, who wouldn't want to find a life-changing coin just chilling in their pocket? Do you have a 1984 D double die penny hiding in your change? There's only one way to find out. Go check professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. A verified, high-quality coin can bring in serious money at an auction. There are tons of valuable pennies out there waiting to be discovered. That's why you should subscribe to this channel, so you never miss out on the next rare coin that could change your life. Hit that like button if you're heading to check your pennies right now, and drop a comment if you've ever found a valuable coin in your pocket. I'd love to hear your stories. Hey everyone! Imagine this, you're digging through your pocket change, looking for a quarter to feed a parking meter, and boom, you find a penny. You're about to toss it aside, but then you take a closer look. It's a 2009 Lincoln Memorial penny, and guess what? It could be worth $1.1 million. Yes, you heard that right, a single penny worth more than a house, a sports car, and a lifetime supply of pizza combined. Today, we're diving into one of the 2009 birth and early childhood Kentucky mint mark. We'll break down why it's so valuable, what makes it, how you can find one. Stick around because, by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for the next time you're sifting through your couch cushions. Alright, let's start with a little backstory. The 2009 Lincoln pennies were special because they celebrated the 200th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. To honor this milestone, the U.S. Mint released 4 different designs, each representing a different stage of Lincoln's life. The first design, the birth and early childhood penny, shows a tiny log cabin in Kentucky, where little Abe took his first steps. Now, I know what you're thinking. A log cabin on a penny? That doesn't exactly scream million-dollar treasure. But hold on. There's more to the story. This particular 2009 Lincoln penny became incredibly valuable because of a few key factors. Some of these pennies had die errors, such as doubled dies, missing elements, or weak strikes. Collectors go nuts over these mistakes, and that's where the big bucks come in. If you find one in perfect condition, we're talking uncirculated, shiny, crisp details, it can skyrocket in value. While most were made at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, rare Kentucky mint-marked versions exist, and these are the ones making headlines for insane prices at auctions. Let's talk about that jaw-dropping $1.1 million price tag. How did a simple penny get so valuable? Well, a collector's dream piece, a perfectly preserved, error-stamped, Kentucky minted 2009 Lincoln penny, was recently auctioned for over $1 million. That's life-changing money, for a penny. Now, here's where it gets personal. I have a who's always been obsessed with coin collecting. One day, he calls me up, totally freaking out. Dude, I think I found one of those valuable 2009 pennies in my old coin jar. He sends me a blurry photo. It's not the $1 million version. I break the news gently, and he's like, well, it's still worth a penny, so I'm still up by 1 cent. Moral of the story? Even if you don't find a jackpot coin, you're never really losing money with pennies. So, what's the takeaway? Check your coins. That 2009 Lincoln penny sitting in your drawer might be your golden ticket. If you find one with the right errors or in top-notch condition, you could be sitting on a small fortune. If you loved learning about this penny, imagine how many other hidden treasures are floating around in everyday change. That's why you gotta subscribe to this channel. I'm here to help you spot rare coins, understand their value, and turn your pocket change into real cash. Hit that like button, drop a comment if you've ever found a rare coin, and share this video with your friends, because let's be honest, they probably have no idea their spare change might be worth millions.